Hello, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity to join you virtually today to share the news and an example of what we're building here in Kentucky, because we're building something truly special. We continue to see interest and investment in Kentucky, and we are positioning ourselves to thrive in the post-COVID economy. Despite the challenges that businesses face globally the past 15 months, key industries in Kentucky continue to grow and to position themselves for long-term success. This holds true for domestic and internationally owned companies alike. The result has been an increasingly diverse manufacturing landscape ready to handle the challenges that the future may bring. In total, Kentucky is home to well over 500 internationally owned facilities. These operations represent more than 30 countries and maintain quality jobs for over 111,000 of Kentucky's residents. Those are all our families. These facilities include everything from automotive suppliers and OEMs to primary metal production. We're excelling in agri-tech and food and beverage, which grow, develop, and manufacture products for every facet of their industries, from farm field to table. Whether a company is locating in the United States for the first time or building on its existing presence, Kentucky offers everything businesses need to succeed. The Commonwealth is a premier location for distribution and logistics, a massive benefit that provides companies in our state unparalleled market access. It's home to 3 global air cargo hubs and holds the perfect geographic location, able to deliver products to 2/3 of the U.S. population within 1 day's drive. Our skilled workforce is second to none, and our industrial power rates are among the lowest in the eastern half of the United States. Those benefits and many more combine to make Kentucky a top choice for growing businesses looking to expand in the U.S. But you don't have to take my word for it. Today, I'm joined by Mike Kilby, President and CEO of Dajcor Aluminum. Dajcor is an Ontario, Canada-based company that last year opened its first U.S. facility in the eastern Kentucky city of Hazard. The company plans to create 265 jobs as production ramps up in the years ahead with nearly a $20 million investment. Mike, thank you. Thank you for your investment in Kentucky, and thanks for taking the time today to talk about your experience here.
Thank you, Governor. It's my pleasure to be here.
So tell us a little bit about, first of all, how you came up with the name for your company, and then tell us a little bit about what it does and why you chose the United States to expand into, and even Kentucky.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity to talk about the name. The company is named after my daughters, Danielle, Alyssa, and Justine. And it was a tip of the hat to them when we started this company 11 years ago now. And yeah, Dajcor, we're an aluminum extrusion company. So we take logs of aluminum and we pass them through a die, and out comes a long shape, kind of like a big pasta press for aluminum. We take that shape and then we cut it down to size, and then we further fabricate it. We put holes in it, we bend it, we put threaded attributes into it, and then we color it in our anodized facility so it's a complete component and it goes out to our customer. And our customers include automotive, light rail transit, marine, military, recreational equipment, electronics, a real diverse customer base. And our facility in Canada back in 2019 was nearing capacity, and we were looking for at alternatives of what we were going to do to add incremental capacity. We're considering here in our facility in Ontario. And at that time, One East Kentucky came knocking on the door. And amongst other jurisdictions we were looking at, they opened our eyes to what was available in Kentucky. And that's what started the whole conversation about why expand into Kentucky. And here we are today. It's led us to a second facility perfectly positioned for us geographically.
Tell me, Mike, as you came into Kentucky, when your people got the opportunity to see Hazard, tell me what appealed to you. Some that are watching may have a misconceived notion of parts of Kentucky that you and I know isn't true?
Yeah, so Eastern Kentucky, I didn't know a lot about it initially, but as One East Kentucky presented opportunities to us there, we became more enlightened. So Eastern Kentucky, to me, has always been a hilly coal mining area, but what I found out is they have a very skilled workforce. They have ready to go in industrial complexes. There were building and land availability that we don't have locally. And above all, there was a real willingness to get companies to come down there, cut through the red tape, and get it done. So that led us to look further, and we were able to through One East Kentucky get all of our questions answered, and finally locate a facility there.
So as a company based outside of the United States, I know that this was a really big decision for you. So what were your concerns in looking to locate an initial facility in the United States? What were the obstacles, and how did One East Kentucky and Kentucky on the whole help you address, overcome, or even avoid those challenges?
Yeah, so for us, there's a lot of things to look at. The infrastructure, including the available workforce, the roads and facilities to get our products to markets, and the industrial park infrastructure that we require to build a plant on. And One East Kentucky helped us see all those possibilities. They introduced us to the infrastructure. They introduced us to the workforce. They held job fairs for us. They took the risks out of it to look at locating a facility there. And there were economic incentives that went with that, and they were able to help us find our way through those and find our way through the approvals to get this thing done. So that was one of the big reasons why, or one of the things we found that would help us be comfortable in locating a facility there.
And Mike, if this wasn't a big enough challenge with one of your first facilities outside of Canada and the United States, we also have this international pandemic that we had to deal with in doing that. Tell me what type of extra challenges that presented, but you all are up and operating, so how together we were able to push through them.
Yeah, so we were planning to launch in January, February of 2020, and of course the COVID pandemic was upon us, and it was very difficult as the borders closed to get people back and forth. But with the help of folks like yourself and congressmen, we were able to get permission to cross the border, and that helped us to be able to go down and look in on things as they were being built. We were a little bit delayed, but we were able to complete the facility and get it operational by June. So again, my hat was off to the folks at One East Kentucky, the economic development folks who moved mountains to make sure that things kept progressing and helping us out.
As we build back our state's economy stronger than ever, it's certainly been a mission of my administration to create quality jobs for Kentuckians with companies focused on sustained long-term growth. As you know, nowhere is that initiative more crucial than in Eastern Kentucky, where communities have been eagerly awaiting new opportunities to showcase their skill sets, their incredible work ethic and skill, and to replenish and rebuild their economies that were hurting long before COVID. So for Hazard and Perry County and the surrounding region, your company certainly represents major progress. So what makes, now that you're up and operating as opposed to what you were looking at, what's made Eastern Kentucky and Hazard specifically a great fit for you?
Yeah, again, Hazard had a really willing and able workforce. When we held our job fairs, and recently we just hired another 50 people, we had 170 applicants in 3 hours for those positions. We've also been able to avail ourselves of some really good training incentives that have helped us to get people who are not familiar with the aluminum industry trained in that area. And those are huge helps for a company like ours to introduce people to manufacturing and some of the unique features and skill sets that are required to be successful at that. So those types of things, a welcoming community, cutting through the red tape efficiently were all very helpful in getting things going in Hazard and Perry County. Right from the judge executive up to your office, everybody's been very willing to help.
So in thinking about Eastern Kentucky, you talked a little bit about what you your earliest notions since being operational. How do you see that region now? How has it opened up your eyes to the possibilities of Eastern Kentucky?
Yeah, we've already seen it. We've had customers that have been customers of ours for 10 years who have cross-border requirements embrace the capacity that we've now built in Kentucky. So we've been, building products for them in Canada and building products for them now in the United States. And in fact, in some instances, we've been building the products in Kentucky and shipping them back into Canada. So the flexibility that the plant has afforded us and the real receptiveness that we've had from our customers to be located closer to markets that they're located in has really been a benefit to us.
So we've talked about the present, which is really exciting. What the company is doing, really exciting for Kentucky and Eastern Kentucky. But let's think a little bit about the future. How does your Hazard operation position y'all for future growth?
Yeah, the facility that we're in is a little bit bigger than we need initially. So it allows us for room for expansion within the existing building, and the accompanying land offers us future expansion capability. Currently, we're accelerating our plans to add an anodized line to the facility, and this is all just part and parcel of what it offers us. We've got the infrastructure there, and it has room for a couple more extrusion presses before we have to add on to that. So it makes the decision for expansion and where that expansion would take place a little easier. So those types of things for us are important, and it really bodes well for this facility and its future.
Well, one of the things that we are so excited about is how you've diversified your business in recent years. And you talked a little bit about it, expanding from automotive-related products to serve numerous markets, including renewable energy and medical equipment, military, marine, building trades, and so many others. So do you expect the diversity of Kentucky's key industries will play a part in your company's ability to grow its presence here in the U.S. marketplace?
Yes, we do. We see a continuation of customer diversity that we've started out with here in Canada, continuing in Kentucky. And just recently, there was just a tremendous announcement for us that supports our facility and our industry in a new facility that's about to be built in Frankfurt by an aluminum remelter. These fellows are known to us. This company is one we deal with already, and now they're going to be locating a facility right near ours, which really supports our industry in our facility. And I think these are just tremendous announcements that will have further follow-on effects as other industries like ours take note and find it much easier to locate in the area, because all those complementary businesses are there.
So, well, I know one of the most important things when you lead an organization is culture, is the culture that you set and the tone you set, and your company is named after your daughters. To me, reflecting the importance of family in culture. How have you seen the company's culture and how it's worked with Kentucky and with Hazard in particular?
Yeah, so if you looked at Chatham, Ontario, where our first facility is located, it's a small rural community. People who grew up here want to stay here and work here. And to the extent that we have a growing company that's offering jobs, they're very happy to be here. They're not looking to leave and go somewhere else. And very similarly, we found that the Hazard, Perry County, and outlying county areas are similar. These people have grown up in the area. Some of them have been forced to move away to work in far-flung regions where the jobs are. And by offering the jobs here, we're able to bring people back home. And we do maintain a very family-oriented business. We are a big company, but we do have a very family-oriented feel where if people are addressing me in the factory, they're not calling me Mr. Kilby, they're calling me Mike as I'm walking around. So that's what I like, and that's what I want to maintain and grow in Hazard as well.
I really appreciate that, because not just are we a people that value our family, but our sense of home here in Kentucky, which you've seen, our sense of place is so strong. One thing that I love about your perspective is you all are now established. You've gone through the process to get up and running, even in one of the most difficult times. But now that you are established here, what would you say to other international companies that are looking for a home in the United States and maybe considering Kentucky for a new project?
Yeah, I would say from my experience, there's tremendous opportunity in Kentucky. There's a real willingness to think outside the box and find ways to accommodate businesses coming into company to grow jobs and to become part of the community. So I through the economic development folks, and in particular, we used One East Kentucky as our conduit to get questions answered and approvals in place and so on. There's a real willingness to move mountains to make it happen. And I would recommend, if you haven't looked at Kentucky, you take a moment or two to do that, because I think there's some tremendous opportunities here.
Mike, I want to thank you for taking the time. And let me just say, the energy that your company has created in and around Hazard has been really special. I think it positions that perfect marriage for long-term growth and real success. And I want to thank the U.S. Department of Commerce and everyone at Select USA for the opportunity to share just a few great things happening in the Commonwealth. And this great company that, I got to tell you, every single day is making a difference in creating a bright future. Now in Kentucky, we talk about Team Kentucky. That's all of us coming together to do the very best for our people. And that's how we approach every single opportunity. All of us on the same team, trying to do better every day. That's creating a better future for Kentuckians, creating a better future for our companies doing business here. To do that, we're investing in broadband, in education, in infrastructure in every corner of Kentucky, because we're determined to sprint out of this pandemic and not to stumble. We are living in a time where there are going to be new opportunities, new hope, and we are going to rise to the challenge of the post-COVID economy. We believe in operating with urgency, but at the same time, investing in our people and investing in our partners. So I look forward to speaking to many of you in the near future and hopefully welcoming you and your companies to Team Kentucky. We're ready. We're ready to help make it work. We're ready to succeed together. Thank you so much.